Hello and welcome to the Thesis formatting tutorial. This tutorial will provide you with an overview of how the Thesis template provided by the College of Graduate Studies is formatted and will also teach you how to use it more effectively. The template is meant to function as a skeleton, providing you with a base to build your own thesis upon. There are pre-populated fields that are meant for you to fill with your own content. For example, your thesis title, your name, or other areas within the template. Remember, this is a template, and all fields or sections that are provided are not necessarily mandatory. As a template, this document will contain all possible fields, but some of these may not be relevant to your own personal thesis. Please refer to the thesis formatting guidelines provided by COGS to educate yourself on which sections are mandatory and which are optional. You can go there by going to the gradstudies.ok.ubc.ca website, and under the Thesis and Dissertation Preparation page, there are resources that are provided, one of them being the Thesis Formatting Guidelines, which you can click on and download. I will mention this document quite a few times throughout this video, so feel free to download it and get it on your own computer. Within the document, any fillable field that is not able to be deleted is generally mandatory. Once again, please refer to the Thesis Formatting Guidelines for confirmation. So before we begin to introduce and walk you through each section within the template, I would like to recommend two different features for you to use while you work with this template to make the process easier. The first is the Formatting button located in the middle within the paragraph section of the Word document ribbon. So this section, and this is the button. Enabling this will allow you to see all the formatting within your document. For example, any page breaks. So as you can see, these are all just enter down, and then see it lets you see all the page breaks within your document. The second feature is the navigation pane, which you can turn on by clicking View within the top ribbon, and then selecting Navigation pane right here. This will allow you to see all the headers you've created within your document. We'll be discussing headers in further detail when we get to the Table of Contents section. With the navigation pane enabled, you can ensure you've selected the correct header level for each section, which is necessary to properly format your table of contents. It also allows you to navigate easily between sections within the document. So if you want to jump down to acknowledgements, you can just click it, and then back up to the abstract. So let's begin working through each section within the document now. The first section of the document is the title page. This is a required section for your thesis. Each field within this section needs to be populated with content relevant to your personal thesis. The Thesis Formatting Guidelines can provide you with information on the specifics of each field and what they are looking for. Just as an example, this field requires you to put your first and your last name. So if I were filling this out, I would put Christy Baxter. The next section is your committee recommendation form. Once again, the Thesis Formatting Guidelines can provide you with information on what each field requires on this page. Just as an example though, you can see that this part says submitted by, and it tells you to put your name. So you'd put your name here. Or for example, this one says to put your supervisor's name. So you type it right there. Next, let's skip down to the Table of Contents section. So let's use the navigation pane and jump down there. This is the section where all the headings within your document will be organized. If you click on the Table of Contents section, you'll see a button that will appear that says Update Table. So right there. This allows you to update the table of contents with any additions or changes to the headings within your document. This is why it is so important to make sure you use your headings properly, because it is a lot easier to update your table of contents this way versus doing it all manually. Just as an example, if you had updated some of your headers within your document, all you would do is click Update Table, and you can either choose to update page numbers only or to update the entire table. I generally choose to just always update the entire table, you can just press OK. And if any changes were made, it will update them within here. Super easy. Okay, so let's talk about how to properly use headings within this document. If you click on the Home tab on the top ribbon, so we're already here, you will see a section called Styles, which is over here. Within here are your heading options. So I just need to click on this arrow and it'll show you all of them. So the template is already formatted with heading styles for you to use. Heading 1 is your main heading and what you would use for your different sections. For example, your abstract, results, or discussion. So that's this one right here. Headings 3, 4, and 5 can be used for subsections within your main sections. For example, chapter 1.1, chapter 1.11, and chapter 1.111. You get the idea. You can either type your section titles and then highlight and select the appropriate heading, or you can copy and paste the appropriate heading and then edit the text for the necessary section. So let's work through how to do that. Okay, so to give you a better idea of what I was just talking about, let's work through an example together. So let's use chapter 2 for this example. So if I click on chapter 2 up here, you can see when I highlight it, it shows that it's heading 1. And then its section below 2.1 is highlighted as heading 3. Section 2.11 is heading 4, and 2.111 is heading 5. So if you were to make a new heading, you could either type it in, say, and then you can pick which heading it becomes, just like that. And say I picked one, it would show up over here in your navigation pane. The other option, if you don't want to type your title first, you can also just click heading and then type it in. Either way works, and both will appear in your navigation pane and will also appear in your table of contents when you update it. Another method to add headings to your document is by copy and pasting headings that are already within your document as new ones. So say I want to make another one of these sections. So I want to add a 2.112 to my document. I would click here, Control C to copy it, click down below, and Control V to paste it. And so now I have a new heading, and I want it to be labeled this, and it will be Pine. And now I have a new heading. Okay, jumping back up to the abstract, lay summary, and preface. These are all mandatory sections within your thesis. The thesis formatting guidelines can provide you with information on how to properly populate these sections. These headings should all appear within your table of contents. The next sections we will talk about are the list of tables and list of figures. So right here. These sections are only mandatory if you have tables or if you have figures within your document. Instructions on how to populate these sections are provided in the document, right here in the light gray font. To populate your tables or figures lists, the tables and figures within your document must have appropriate captions. To give your table or figure a caption, click on References in the top ribbon. Right here. You can then select Insert Caption in the Captions section. So over here, a pop-up window will appear. Here, choose whether you are labeling a table or a figure in the drop-down menu labeled Label. So I'm going to do a table. Once you've selected this, you can give it a caption, which I'm just going to leave as Table 1 for now. And when you are finished, you select OK. And just to remember, you can always change the caption title later. So and pressing OK. So there it is. To update your list of tables or figures, simply click on the field provided. So right here, list of tables. Click on references in the top ribbon. So we're already there. And then you select Update Table right over here. And it should populate with the appropriately captioned tables and figures. So with your appendices, it's pretty much just the same as copy and pasting headers as we have done before. So all you would do is select this, Control C, Control V to add a new one, and you would just relabel it to B, C, D, etc. So pretty simple, and it will just populate within your table of contents, as we've talked about before. And just a reminder that all other sections within the document do require headers. Please refer to the thesis formatting guidelines to determine what sections are mandatory and which ones are optional. The guidelines will also provide you with information on what content to populate each section with and how to properly format each section. In regards to page numbers within the document, it is important that these are properly formatted. So within the template, you'll see that all sections from the abstract to the dedication are numbered using Roman numerals, which you can see here on the right side. And then from your first page onward, your first chapter page onward, the pages are numbered using Arabic numerals. So for example, 1, 2, 3, etc. So the easiest way to do this is by using section breaks. But luckily, if you're using this template, you shouldn't have to make any changes because it's already in there for you. So you see Roman numerals are here. And then from this point onwards, it is Arabic numerals. So this is a just in case sort of part of this tutorial, but some of our past template versions have some headings that are protected from being deleted, but aren't necessarily mandatory. So in case you do not require one or more of the headings that are protected from being deleted, here's how you would go about deleting such headings. So first, you click on File at the top of the ribbon, and then you select Options down here. So from here, you click Customize the ribbon, and you would check the tab called Developer. Let's see where it is. Here. So I already have it checked off, but you probably don't. So you would check this off and then press OK down here. And then next you would select the new tab, which is called Developer, up at the top here. And then you select the field which you're hoping to delete. So maybe you don't have any figures within your document. And you would click Properties. And this will open a new window. And in here, you must unselect the content control cannot be deleted. So you'd unclick this, and then you'll press OK. And now you should be able to delete the previously protected field. So if I just press delete, it's gone. So that's just in case there is any headings within the template that you are using that are protected and don't need to be because they're not required by under the thesis guidelines. To conclude this video, I'd like to remind you that we will be holding monthly thesis formatting Q&A sessions. If you bring your questions that you're having while working through your thesis template to these sessions, we will be happy to work through them with you. I hope this video was super informative and makes it easier for you to use this template. And we hope to see you at our thesis formatting Q&A sessions.